The Rolex market isn't just ticking along, it's doing full-on gymnastics. This past year, we've seen prices and availability leap and bound into new territories. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just strapping in, the chase for the perfect watch has never been more lively. Welcome back to Opulent Oasis, where today we're breaking down buying from an authorized dealer versus diving into the grey market. Think of it as choosing between a classic steakhouse or a buzzing street food stall. Both serve up serious flavor, but in very different ways. Not yet subscribed? Now's your chance to stay dialed into the ever-spinning world of Rolex watches. We promise to keep it sharp, insightful, and always a bit cheeky. Why collect just watches when you can score some expert insights too, right? Over the last decade, it seems many Rolex authorized dealers haven't quite mastered the art of customer loyalty. They often push watches you never wanted, like trying to sell a vegetarian a steak. During the market surge, buyers often felt they had to snatch up whatever was dangled in front of them, flipping it later for a tidy profit. But as the market shifts, it's worth asking, is sticking with your dealer really the best move? Pause for a moment. Why not join our Opulent Oasis community? Hit subscribe to stay in the loop. Now let's continue our journey. When that call comes in from your dealer, should you leap to answer or take a moment to ponder? It's a bit like getting a late-night text from an ex. It might pique your interest, but is it really a good idea? Maybe it's time to think about who truly deserves your loyalty in the watch game. After all, hunting for the perfect Rolex should feel like a treasure hunt, not a wild goose chase. Over the past year, some Rolex models have been dancing on the edge, particularly the beefy gold pieces and those flashy steel and gold hybrids. If these are on your radar, you might want to sneak a peek at the grey market. Often, they show up there with price tags that make you look twice. Just remember, diving in without doing your homework is like trying to nail a backflip without a spotter. Possible, but risky. Here's a little insider info. The grey market isn't just a den of quick deals. Many dealers there are playing the long game, looking to turn a quick handshake into a lasting bond. They're not just selling watches, they're hoping to make you a repeat customer. So while we all need to make a dime, finding a grey market dealer who treasures customer loyalty might just feel like striking gold. Now let's pivot to the hot picks from the last month. Staying updated with market trends is essential, because watch preferences can flip faster than a pancake on Sunday morning. Keeping your ear to the ground means you can snag that trendy model before it becomes the next big thing everyone else is after. Number 1. Rolex Submariner. Let's dive into the deep end with a timeless classic, the Rolex Submariner. For those in the know or those just dipping their toes into the luxe watch waters, the steel Submariner date and no date are the big fish. We're showcasing the sleek 41mm versions because size does matter when it's wrapped in such style. Retail, the no-date models start at $10,325 and the date ones tip the scales at $10,950. Around here, they usually swim off the shelf for between $13,420 to $14,640. Ready to reel in more from the Submariner series? Now let's spill the tea on our Submariner versions, lovingly dubbed Starbucks. And trust us, they're just as addictive as your morning cup. The Mark I, with its now retired darker green bezel, is like the classic espresso shot, strong and bold. The Mark II, on the flip side, sports a lighter green that's more of a matcha vibe, and it's currently winning the popularity contest. It's a tight race, but that lighter shade seems to have a slight edge. Fancy a darker or lighter brew? Both are priced to start just under $12,190, with our tags going up to between $15,225 and $16,455. And we can't forget the blue Submariner. This darling, with its oceanic blue dial and bezel, is the Moby Dick of the collection. Elusive, enchanting, and always in demand. It's a classic that stands the test of time, much like a good sea shanty. Whether you're captivated by the call of the sea or the call of the cash register, this blue beauty remains a staple in any savvy collector's treasure chest. Number 2. Rolex GMT Master 2. Let's shift gears to another showstopper, the Rolex GMT Master 2, sizing up at a cool 40mm. Topping our sales charts recently is none other than the GMT Master 2 Pepsi, flaunting a bezel that's as vibrant as a 4th of July picnic. Paired with the Jubilee bracelet, it's a real crowd pleaser. Not to be outdone, the Batgirl and Batman models also fly off the shelves, both rocking that same Jubilee bracelet. Retailing just under $12,190, these caped Crusaders usually command prices from $16,455 to $17,690, depending on their backstory and condition. And then there's the Batman on its robust oyster bracelet, fetching a cool $17,568 for pieces that are untouched, unworn, and ready to fight crime, or at least look dashing at a cocktail party. But wait, there's more. Enter the GMT Master 2 with a meteorite dial. It's like having a piece of the cosmos on your wrist, crafted in 18-karat white gold. At a mere $47,580, it's practically a steal, especially when you compare it to its ritzy cousin, the Rolex Day-Date, which can go for nearly double. This celestial wonder didn't stick around long, proving that when it comes to watches, the sky, or outer space, is the limit. As for a plot twist, the Datejust range has surged back into vogue, flipping last month's script. The spotlight's on the Datejust 41 and the elusive Datejust 31, which is becoming a rare find at authorized dealers. Keeping tabs on these market flips is why we're always on our toes here. It's all about timing, not just on your wristwatch, but in catching these trends. After all, in the world of luxury watches, it's as much about the chase as it is about the catch. Number 3. Rolex Daytona. Stealing the spotlight in our luxury lineup is the Rolex Daytona, a champion that never fails to dazzle the crowd. At the front of the pack, the Daytona on an Oysterflex strap, a piece that's as suave as it is sporty. Let's zero in on the Daytona Ghost first. Fresh off the press in 2024, it sports an 18-karat white gold case, a slick grey dial, and audacious black subdials. Catching one? Tougher than finding a calm day in a hurricane season. They retail at $35,676, but have been known to play hardball in the market, fetching between $43,920 and $45,060. Now let's wind the clocks back a bit with an older Daytona reference that still packs a hefty punch in the value department. Depending on its story and a bit of luck, you might snag one between $36,600 and $40,290. Dialing up the nostalgia, we've got a special treat, the Paul Newman Daytona models. Today we're showing off the new 126 Paul Newman, spruced up with a new bezel and movement, and a vintage model flaunting that envy-inducing red hand. These stunners hover in the price range of $36,600 to about $40,290. And for a touch of warmth, feast your eyes on the Sundust version in rose gold. Retailing at $35,676, these beauties command between $42,720 and $43,920. Proving rare is indeed the new black. Now onto the stainless steel Daytona, often revered as the Holy Grail. Featuring both the classic black and the chic Panda variants, it seems the black has been edging out the Panda in popularity. Tagged at $16,014 retail, these icons are currently trading for around $30,500 to $32,940. Last but definitely not least, let's salute the Platinum Daytona, model number 116506. This discontinued heavyweight with its signature ice blue dial is as elusive as it is exquisite, truly the crown jewel of the Daytona family. What's your take on these Rolex masterpieces? If this tour tickled your fancy, drop us a line in the comments, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to follow for more from the dazzling world of watches. Thanks for tuning into Opulent Oasis. Stay tuned for more ticking treasures in our upcoming videos.